Hi, this is Cara of the Animal Wisdom Circle, and this is your Animal Wisdom Oracle card reading forecast for March 2017. And I've already picked the cards, so let's see what they are. First is the African lioness, and I'll just show you that a little bit more closely. The African lioness is really about kind of getting through stuff, just doing what is there to do, doing what's in front of you, doing it all, just kind of making it through, and no whining, no complaining, you just do it. So this card, the African lioness card, is really, I'm doing a past, present, future reading for March. So this is what's been leading up to this month. This is what's kind of going on below the surface, or you're kind of coming out of at this point. So you may have a sense that things are starting to change, and for whatever situation is if there's a specific situation in your life or just in general, you've been feeling like you just have to muddle through and get it done and just get on with it. Kind of like nose to the grindstone kind of thing. That's what you're coming out of. And what you're moving into is the next card, which is the African lion. So kind of interesting there. Two really different messages. The African lion is really about decisive leadership and taking charge. The lion comes in and he takes charge of the pride, and he is the boss. And sometimes you have to be firm, sometimes you have to take life by the scruff of the neck and just say, hey, this is what we're going to do. And so that's what's going on now. You're in a period where it's just time to take charge. It's like you've had enough of putting up with stuff and enduring it, and it's time to really just step up and say, okay, pull your head out. I'm going to do this. This is my next step. So it's time for this decisive leadership. Because ultimately what the African lion says is you can be as great as you want to be, so dare to be great. Don't settle for anything else. Really be clear on what you want, and to get what you want and to be great sometimes requires some decisive leadership, which does not mean being pushy or overbearing or anything like that, but it can mean that you have to have some very clear steps and take some action. So you're in a time period now of taking action. And then the last card is the future, and this is what you're working towards. So you're coming out of this period of enduring it and putting up with it and just kind of going along and moving into this time of leadership and choosing what you want so you can get what you want out of life. And ultimately what you're working towards here is what the horse represents, which is partnership. The ultimate way of being for the horse is the bliss of partnership, and it's a true partnership where your hearts are connected. So even though this may be a challenging time that you're coming out of, maybe it's challenging to step up and take that leadership and take that action, ultimately where you're going is this really beautiful partnership, where it's the partnership of your dreams. It's what you've really, really wanted and what you've been, searching for in your soul. Oftentimes we look at what we want and what we need, and they're not the same thing. And this is the same thing. So this is what you've been wanting under the surface that maybe you haven't even allowed yourself to articulate. But there's some partnership there, whether it's with a person or an entity or a job or whatever it is. You're looking for that ultimate partnership, that good fit, that one that just really fills your heart and fills your soul. So that's the forecast for March 2017, and I hope it's helpful to you. I hope it puts your life into a context that makes a little more sense, coming out of a hard time into leadership, so that ultimately what you end up with is a beautiful partnership. Those are the Animal Wisdom Oracle cards. I'm Dr. Cara at the Animal Wisdom Circle, and I will look forward to connecting with you again soon.